Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to episode 37 and also issue 38 of Build the Terminator.
The Terminator, week by week, built the T-800, the killing machine that defined a generation. Easy to build with high-quality metal components. You can control sound, lights, articulated limbs, and LED eyes, and explore the Terminator universe. Build the Terminator, issue 1, just $1.99.
So welcome back guys and girls, thanks for tuning in to another episode or two of Build the Terminator. Now as you saw on the last two episodes, we worked on the thoracic cage and we're going to be doing some of the same today and also working on a few other components. So I'll just quickly show you what we're going to do before we get started. So you see we've got the components for the thoracic cage and also the vertebra, so we're just going to be extending the spinal column with an extra vertebra and using other thoracic parts for the future assemblies. So that's going to be when we get to 39, 40 and 41 and also 42. There's not much to do as you can see from those photos. I'll just show you the other one as well. Just a few minor details. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so just run through the parts quite quickly. So for issue 37 we're going to be using the component from issue 35, so that's the uncompleted vertebra, so you need that one. You also got some new parts here. So this is component 37.2. This is a thoracic cage joint or a shaft. This component you've seen before, it's another vertebra part. We have these two parts here. So these are the thoracic cage, I believe, top and bottom. So these are all plastic, by the way. So these components here are plastic. Hopefully they're going to be strong enough to hold this all together because the rest of it is quite heavy, this being metal and also the frame. And also you've got a couple other screws and bits and bobs. So we've got some nuts again, you've got 3 M2 nuts, you've got some 2x6mm screws, and you've also got the 3x6mm screws, with one spare as usual. So that's for the first episode. Then moving to issue 38. You're going to be needing the completed component vertebra frame there. So that's from the other issues we've worked on in the past. And then you've got exactly the same components here, the same plastic shafts and thoracic cage joints and whatnot. However, you also have this little part here, and this is metal. This is component 38.1, and it's a vertebra shaft. So that's going to be going into there, along with a couple screws. So we have for this one the 3x6mm PM screws, and they're quite fat, those ones. Of course you need your screwdrivers, and that's all you need to get going. Okay, so for steps 1 to 3 you're going to be working on the plastic shafts first. So you'll take component 37.2, and also first of all you want the part that has the pin. So this is actually going to go through this hole like so. And then you can take the other side and push that through as well, so they connect like so. Once you're happy with that, you're going to take one of the wider screws. These are the fatter head ones. So these are the PM 3x6mm screws, so the much wider ones. And you're just going to pop that through and screw it home to secure these parts together. So nice and simple, not too fiddly. And there you go, that's how it should look once it's complete. So for steps 4 to 7, just like we did in the previous issue where we connected the left part, we're going to do the same today with the right. So it's exactly the same process. So I forgot to mention that we have this little plastic cap as well. So what we do, we pop that just into that little hole there, and once you've done that, you're going to take 2 of the M2 nuts again, and you're going to pop them in the little holes there, nice and flat, just as we did before for the left. Once you're happy with that, you're then going to take component 37.1, and that's obviously the right side. Now as before, if you remember, I said you must connect the pins that are underneath of the frame here through the corresponding holes of there before we can screw the nuts. So check the alignment of that. Make sure the orientation's right. So I'm just going to have a quick fiddle because I'm looking at it in a different angle to you. So just get those in line, like so. Then once you're happy with that, you're going to take the PM screws, which were the smaller ones. I believe they are the 3x6 mm. I'm not too sure, but you know which ones they are because we've used them before, and they are the much thinner screws. So whilst trying not to lose the nuts, this is the fiddly part again. Okay, so that's the first one locked in. I actually found it slightly easier to put the screw in from the back first and then put the nut in, because the nut keeps wanting to come out, which is very annoying to say the least. So that's my little hack around it. You don't always have to do exactly how they say it on the instructions. Work what works with you. Do what works best for you, I say. And there you go. So that's now the left and the right side complete for that thoracic vertebra. And that is that episode complete. This component here will be saved for a future issue. Okay, so for last but not least, issue 38. So we're going to do exactly the same as we just did on issue 37. And that is take these plastic component shafts and we're going to be popping on the top part here, as you can see, through the hole. Just make sure it's the right way up. You'll know because it won't lock on properly. And thread it through the other side. There you go, they've connected. Once you've done that, you're going to take one of your screws again. So that's the 3x6 mm screw. That's the much wider one. Very self-explanatory at this point. Nice and simple. Although I do have a magnetic screwdriver, which is not helpful at times. Like now, it seems. I'm just going to make sure it's extra tight. There you go. So that's that part complete. Now moving on to the next step. So taking the completed part from issue 35, we want it exactly facing this way up, because what we're going to do, we're going to take component 38.1 and we're going to put it through the actual shape. So it's like a cylindrical socket, and it will just slot in there. So I'm just going to pop that through, and you'll have the circular part facing upwards. Once you've done that, you're going to flip it over, and then you're going to take another one of the same screws, so that's the PM 3x6 mm, and you're going to be screwing that through to lock those two together. Okay, once that's in, you just screw it home to make sure it's nice and secure. And there you go, that's the completed component, and issues 37 and 38 complete. So you've made it. Thank you so much for tuning in with me, guys, for issues 37 and 38. Finally, we've got two completed thoracic frames with the appropriate shaft components, and we will be moving on to issue 39 and 40 in the next installments. Now really is where things come together, and thank you so much for staying patient with me during the build and watching the videos and seeing it's come to life. I will have a very much Terminator looking robot by Christmas for you. As I showed you in the previews on my Instagram story, I have the photo of how it will look, and I'm just going to quickly show you here. This is the next episode, so this is issue 39, and as you can see, we're actually connecting the right and left shoulders together and bringing the thoracic cage connectors together also. So that's issue 39. And then when we go on to issue 40, we're going to be creating the thoracic cage, as you can see. So what essentially will happen in that episode, the head will be fixed on to the neck area essentially, because obviously in 39 we're going to be putting the shoulders together. Obviously you've got the right arm as well, the right arm should I say, and that's all going to come together there and be fused, and then after that we can put the head on, and then we start going down. So I've got the components for the spinal column, and they are issues 41 and 42, and they are all I have. I won't have any more orders now, I don't think, until after Christmas. It would be lovely if Hachette gave me a January order early. They did for December's, but I'm not certain. So at least you will see something coming together before Christmas. And then obviously once we go into the new year, you will see the hip and pelvis being added on. And then the future issues, I don't know what's coming next. I'm interested in what you guys think, speculations. I think what's going to happen, they're going to work their way down from the hips, as I said, and we're going to actually start assembling a leg, probably the opposite leg to what we have for the arm. So I imagine the left leg because we have the right arm, but who knows. But anyway, I think it's really cool what's happening, and I'm so excited that I've finally caught up with everyone else, and I've almost finished with what I've got. So there's only 4 issues left, 39 to 42, and then once that's done, I'm going to do some tests, and I'm going to show you some cool images and videos of how it looks with the eyes lighting up. And yeah, so anyway, stay tuned. I will have the videos for you in probably about a week's time or so. I'll try and get them to you sooner, but obviously it's Christmas and it's getting busy, so I'll do my best, but they will be viewed before Christmas, I can guarantee you that. So if you like the video, please do leave a thumbs up. If you're new to my video, please consider subscribing, and if you aren't new to my video but you don't have a membership, just take 5 minutes of your time, sign up with your email through Gmail, and then you've got an account on Google and you can subscribe. Every subscriber really matters to me. I am building my channel and I would really appreciate your support. Also leave some comments in the section below. Like I said, I was asking questions to anyone, not just the builders of Terminator, but anyone else who's watching this, my fans. What do you think is going to be next for 33 onwards? What's the next 4 issues to give me? Is it going to be the leg? Is it going to be more of the stomach? Is it going to be the back? Another arm? What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. And anyway, until next time guys, have a good week ahead, and I'll see you soon.